Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal, your Greater Toronto Area real estate resource, and we are now in the second quarter and we have all the data for March 2024. So February and March, we typically do see higher prices and then they come down in April, but what's expected right now and how can you benefit whether you're a buyer or a seller? That's what we're going to cover. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you are considering buying or selling, then call me. And if you're a real estate agent looking for a great brokerage, make sure to reach out to me to learn more about eXp Realty. And we're going to dive deep into some of the really important metrics here, being the number of sales, active listings, and how the average price has changed throughout the past 12 months. First, looking at the number of sales, it's around 6,500. So this is higher than what it has been throughout the past 6 or so months. However, this is still a fairly low number considering that the 10-year average shows that we do see about 90,000 sales take place per year. So it's the highest number of sales we've seen since June 2023. However, it's still fairly low considering that there's just a lot of need for housing here in the GTA as the population keeps increasing. And we can see the number of active listings has increased at the same rate as the number of sales, pretty much based on the yellow line going in the same trajectory as the blue line. And what that means is that if there's ever been a market with minimal volatility, it's right now, which means that you as a buyer or seller have some certainty knowing that you can comfortably upsize, you can downsize, you can go ahead and make an offer on a property and not worry about having to be in a bidding war, of course, depending on the specific property style or the specific area, because when people get in bidding wars, they generally buy emotionally and they pay a lot more than what they're comfortable with. So who this market really favors is anybody looking to make some sort of move. I really like this market. It's a market that's somewhat calm. It's somewhat balanced. People don't have to be worried about the average price changing so significantly. And that's actually reflected in this chart here where we're looking at the days on market and we're looking at the months of inventory. So the months of inventory tells us whether we're in a buyer's market, a seller's market, a balanced market. And we can see just how stable this line is here, reflecting that we are in somewhat of a predictable market and somewhat of a balanced market, because when the months of inventory gets too low and when we're in a seller's market, it only really benefits people that are looking to liquidate on their investment properties. Maybe they're selling their investment property, or maybe they're selling their property because they've already purchased pre-construction a long while beforehand. This is the kind of market where you can comfortably look at properties, you can sell your home knowing that there's actually going to be a supply of listings for you to pick and choose from, rather than you just having to move to whatever's available. And then who knows if you can even secure that property. And of course, making sure that you're teamed up with a great real estate agent means that we can actually favor the offer to your preference, and to make sure you can go ahead and sell your property, buy something else, and have the closing dates match themselves so that you can make sure you're not incurring any extra expenses. As further evidence of this balanced market, this much more calmer market, we're looking now at the average price, and just look how stable this line is. The average price really hasn't changed too much within the past few months or even the past year. A year ago in March, it was selling for $1,100,000, whereas now our average price is $1,120,000. Actually, I've been a real estate agent almost 11 years now, and I have never seen the average price being this stable. And we can see just how much the average price has even changed across different property types. Looking at this chart over here, detached homes, you can see the number at the bottom, 0.0%. There's basically no change with the average price there. Semi-detached homes, they've gone up by 3.1%. Townhouses up by 0.5%. And condo apartments down by 0.5%. However, if we look at the 5-year historical numbers, where we're looking at the month of March every single year to account for any seasonal fluctuations, we can see how the average price has changed. So from 2020 to 2021, we did see appreciation, and 2021 to 2022, even more appreciation. And so we can see from 2020 to 2021, we saw significant appreciation, actually almost $200,000. And then from 2021 to 2022, another $200,000 of appreciation. So we can see just how beneficial it was for anybody that may have bought a property in 2020 and then sold it in sometime in 2022. But what happened in 2022? Interest rates skyrocketed, and that would have been responsible for the average price decreasing so significantly down to $1.107 million. And then the average price had just increased slightly within the past month. And then the average price had increased just slightly from 2023 to 2024. So if you're to ask my predictions moving forward, I'm expecting stability. If anything, the average price to increase by perhaps like 1% per month, but I'm not expecting prices to decrease. However, something we are seeing is that listings are less likely to be sold over asking price. You see, in February, what I had noticed from being in the market every single day was that there was such a shortage of inventory that listings were coming up. They were selling in days, and very often they were selling 105% of asking price or 110% of asking price. So now we've seen a little bit more supply and not as much demand to keep up with that supply, and listings are starting to be, and it's not as rare to see a home sitting on the market for 20, 30 plus days, whereas in February that wasn't happening too often. But what are your predictions moving forward? Be sure to share it in the comment section below. Don't be shy. If you think we're going to get into a recession, I want to hear about it. And if you'd appreciate more updates like this, then consider subscribing. And if you are considering buying or selling, call me. And if you're a real estate agent looking for a great brokerage where you have top of the line resources, connections, support, all the training that you need in order for you to grow your business, make sure to reach out to me to learn more about eXp Realty. I thank you for your support and look forward to seeing you next time.